And we're on.
It's the Sini-Gang with l-boogy.
And Sterno Supernova.
What's going on there, Sterno?
Not so much, Boogie. How you doing?
Doing all right. Doing all right.
Yeah.
That's funny. I think I work with a coworker.
Uh-huh.
There are some days it's just two people working in my department.
Yeah.
In my office. There's just two people. Sometimes there's four people.
Mm-hmm.
Sometimes there's two people. Like in my general office, just within my area.
Yeah.
Within the arm's reach, that I basically see every day.
Yeah.
Man, my office actually has like separate rooms to do different things. There's a room that take care of some other stuff, another room where we keep a bunch of other stuff.
Yeah.
But we all generally stay in the same room.
Right.
The other day I was asking, one day it was just two people, me and this other guy.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. And we were in one room together, and all of a sudden I started smelling something stank. Like really bad, funky,
silent but deadly kind of thing.
Exactly.
Okay.
And I looked at him, and I'm like, I know it's not me. Yet he was going, he was not flinching at all. Like obviously it was one of us, and I know it's not me, unless it leaked out of me without me knowing about it. Which I don't think happens. But I'm thinking it might have leaked out of him without him knowing. He's an older guy,
Maybe.
But I know it wasn't me, and it was nasty.
Oh God.
Now I didn't know how to
broach the topic.
Well, basically, I walked away. I walked into the other rooms that I got to take care of over there. And the thing is,
yeah,
it was so pungent.
Oh man.
That I think the odor was sticking to me.
Oh my God!
It's one of those that
I
was in it for a minute,
and now it's on you.
Now it's on me. Now I'm in the other room and I can still smell it.
Oh jeez!
It's in my nose hairs.
You're pretty sure it's not coming from you.
I'm positive.
Okay.
I'm positive.
All right.
Like I said, I know what is coming out of me, and I'm thinking, man, that dude is sick. He's sick. He has something in his stomach that's not normal.
Mm-hmm.
And I wanted to ask him, hey, are you okay? Without.
There's no way to do that.
I know, it's not.
It's automatic awkwardness. There's no way to do it. I mean, I'm sure he left he smelled it, he left. That's what he probably thought to himself.
But I was also worried people were going to come in to our office. Other people walk in and out all the time.
Uh-huh.
And someone was going to walk in and
think it was you.
Yes. That was my number one worry.
Uh-huh.
I don't want people to think he knows me, even though the stink was on me now.
Dang.
He did walk into the room that I was in, and I smelled it even worse. So I know it was him. I know it was him, but the problem is the smell was not dissipating at all.
Geez.
It's thick. And I was so worried. People are walking in that room, and they have to question, who was that? And I'm like, man, I looked at people and I shook my head. When people were walking in, I shook my head, basically saying, no, it's not me, before they even smell it. Just to get it out.
Right.
Because we have this. It happens all the time when I'm in the elevator.
Yeah.
I walk in the elevator, it stinks.
Mm-hmm.
And then I go down the elevator, the doors open up, and someone else walks in. And I'm like, fuck, it's not me. It was already smelling like this.
Yep.
Before I got in here. Although there have been times that I'm in the elevator by myself. I'm letting it out. And if someone else comes in, I'm like, not me. Even though I know fully well it was me. But our elevator, it's
well ventilated.
It's very well fanned. There's a fan that runs all the time. And I know it's like I said, it's well ventilated room or elevator. Mm-hmm. So if there's a good spot to do that, other than the bathroom, which is 2 doors away, elevator is fine. But
wow,
I don't know. I didn't know how to tell him that yo, you're nasty. You're nasty. I mean, there are some people who just don't care. Who just don't care.
Yeah, I guess.
And I think maybe there's like some cultural stuff too. Some other races.
Yeah, we don't want to call them out, but I know what exactly.
They don't care either.
Yeah.
I, as a Filipino-American, care.
Right.
I care a lot. The fact I will purposely hold my whatever for, I've got powerful strength from years and years of practice of holding it and then going somewhere where I can
let
release.
it go. Yeah.
Years and years of practice.
Mm-hmm.
And you know this, when we're at a department store, I will go to a candle aisle.
Yep.
That's where I'll do it. Or I will go wait till I get outside.
Yeah, because there was times we were like shopping together and you were like, wait, just stay there.
Or get in front of me.
Yeah, either way. Now, if we're walking down the street, you're like, haha, you got caught. I'm like, you suck, man. Damn. Walk through this funk that came out of nowhere. I was like, oh, damn it.
And sometimes, like, we're going out of a store and going into the car, I will try to let it out once we get out of the store, and hopefully it's out of my pants by the time we get in the car. And sometimes it's not, because sometimes I park too close.
Oh, man.
I've told you about this one time, how I had to work with this one pretty girl. She was in another building, and we had chili for lunch.
Oh, that's all you had to say. Damn.
So I'm walking to her building. It's like a 10-minute walk. It's a long walk.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm like, just letting it all out while I'm walking. And then I get to the building inside, and I'm like, I don't think it's all. I don't think it all came out yet.
I need to take a lap real quick and then come back in.
I need to find a fan or something to blow it all out of the pants, because it doesn't all just race out all of a sudden.
Right.
But man, I don't think I got it all out. That's one thing I was always. I just know she smelled something. I don't know. It just could have been me, but
in your mind, you made it worse than it was. You mean?
I don't think I made it worse. I think it was worse.
Okay.
I regret that. This was like over a year ago. I still regret that. I'm like, man.
I mean, like 5 years ago, I was in a meeting in someone's office. It was two other guys and me, and I know I didn't do that something. I know the guy behind the desk didn't do anything because I looked at his eyes. They were like, "Do you smell that?" We just did a telepathic thing, and then the other guy had his panic look on his face, and we're like, "Okay, this guy did it. Now, what are we gonna do?" We got at his look like, okay, we had this like silent agreement. We ignore it because we don't want to hurt his feelings. But this guy was like panicking, and because we were talking, right? One guy was at his desk. I was in the visitor desk, chair. This guy leaned over to make a point. Next thing we know, I was like, oh, crap.
So basically, by
readjusting his position, he let it go. And you could tell he was panicked. And we were like, damn it. Now we got sitting here with this freaking funk all over the place. And I think you could tell the meeting was wrapped up really quickly just because we're like, oh, that's good. We'll discuss it later and have a white paper made up about it. You just email me. Okay. Yeah, we'll email. We were gone. But yeah, it's one of those things. We work in close quarters sometimes. And
I tell you, my coworkers, I know he just didn't care.
You think he didn't even give you any kind of like, I'm sorry look, or doesn't even, I don't know. I don't think I'd do an I'm sorry look either. Unless you straight up ask me and be like, hey, what the hell? Like, I'm sorry, man. That's the only time I would say something. I wouldn't acknowledge it unless you actually confronted me with it. I don't think most people would anyway.
I would.
Would you really confront
No, I wouldn't confront him.
No. If
it was me, though, I would have at least said, excuse me, I need to use the bathroom. Even though, that's just saying, hey, my bad. Let me step out for a minute. That's the only thing I think. I mean, I thought about it. I was like, that's the only thing he should have done, is without acknowledging it directly.
I think
because it's not the kind of place where I'll be like, yo, you smell that? That's an awesome one. That's not our work relationship. No, there are some people I do that.
Yeah. Oh, good one. Yeah, awesome.
You smell that?
I don't think I've worked in one of those places yet, but still, I know that it happens.
Yeah, we're not like that.
No.
We're not like that. I don't even like talking to people.
Yeah.
I don't like people.
The only time I actually will acknowledge, I know I let out a couple of silent but deadlies over the years. I don't think I've ever acknowledged them. The only time I acknowledge it is if it's not silent. Then I'm like, oh, sorry. Okay, sorry, my bad. Or that's it. I'm not going to acknowledge it otherwise. If someone calls me out on it, which hasn't happened yet, then I will cross that bridge when it comes to it.
You are that guy.
I won't be like, I don't care. I'm just not going to. I don't know. I'm doing a lie of omission, I guess. I don't know what you call it. Ugh. Yeah. I don't think yeah. But do it so you would apologize for it.
I wouldn't apologize, but I would.
That was what you said. I'm sorry. That's an apology. Like,
No, I would. If I would step out and say, "Excuse me, I need to use the bathroom," I wouldn't say, "I'm sorry."
Oh yeah,
I'd say, "Excuse me,
right,
use the bathroom," which is sort of acknowledging it was you, but not saying it was you.
Yeah, it's not apologizing. You're right.
I forgot to say my bad.
Yeah,
yeah, it's not saying sorry.
No, you're right. Yeah, my bad is my fault, but I'm not sorry about it. It's like right on the line though, but you just you didn't say sorry.
Because I don't admit to a lot of stuff. Like I said, I don't like my coworkers anyways.
So you're fine with crop dusting though. You don't have any of those over perfuming, over cologning people, do you, in your office? We used to have a couple in my
all the time, but I can deal with that. That's fine.
No, man, this person choked me. It's like they would go by and you'd actually be. I wouldn't even be exaggerating. I was coughing because it was so thick.
I'm okay with that. I don't care if people too much perfume, too much cologne.
Okay.
I'm okay with that. At least they're trying.
Okay.
Like I said, I've my whole everywhere I've worked, everywhere restaurants I've worked, and people have been too much cologne, too much perfume. I'm like, why are you even trying to smell good? We're in a restaurant.
Yeah. I'm just saying the people who walk by and you can actually taste it when they walk by, like, it's so thick. That's nasty.
Maybe they maybe they're trying to mask your smell. I don't know.
No, this is like it's like a crop dusting, but a different kind of chemical. I don't know. I know I'm not the only one who complained about it in my section.
I don't mind that. Like I said, at least they're trying. And to me, even if it's cheap cologne and cheap perfume, I'm okay.
It's like he dunked a bucket of cologne on himself. That's what it's like. You're like, oh my god.
I remember high school. Oh my.
Well, high school is different.
Well, I'm just saying, back in high school, all the guys and girls,
Cool Water and whatever. Jakar, yeah. Whatever was popular at the time.
So I'm used to that. That was like, that's your hormonal 17-year-old kids.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
I still get smell. Sometimes I'll even smell a certain perfume and
think about a certain girl.
Yeah, it flashes me back.
Yep.
Ratatouille style.
Too. There's a couple of things.
To high school.
Certain whiff of jasmine, and the next thing I know.
Yeah, like I said, some certain girls they bathe in perfume. Yeah, which you would probably say, it's too much, but yeah, that's what I remember of them. And and if they're hot, I don't care.
Well, yeah, of course. I mean, you being hot gives you a lot of license to do a lot of things, so it's fine.
Yeah, fart in my face. I'm happy.
You're getting close to that kink line right there. The kink line is right there. I think you might have crossed it, but I'm not going to call you on it.
There's a level of hotness where it's not weird. Pretty girls don't do that anyways.
Yeah, of course.
They don't. It smells like butterflies and daffodils.
Strawberries and whatever. Yeah.
Whereas, guys like us smell like
death and decomposition.
Yeah, dead body. I can go on and on about this stuff.
I know you can.
I can write a thesis.
Sure, you could teach a course.
I can, but I'm sure we've lost any listeners.
Sometimes we're like all high concept racial relations, and then sometimes we're like, what do you do when your coworker farts in your area? That kind of thing. So
I'm not high concept. You are. I've never been.
We talked about
racial relations.
What would how do you advance the Filipino culture within the scope of sports entertainment or whatever you said? I don't know. We said, you could frame it however you want, but we talked about some pretty interesting things, But then we have shows like this that kind of balance it out. We're like normal people. Sometimes they have really important...
Normal people don't talk about this stuff sometimes.
I'm sure they do. No?
I do. I don't know if I'm normal.
You don't consider yourself normal.
No. Weird like that sometimes.
Alrighty.
I don't know. Is there something that someone does in your workplace that really bothers you? Like not just that, but like
I have a mother hen person in my workplace who constantly takes the role of like, unsolicited advice, trying to like steer my life. Because I mean, I get it's out of what do you call it? It's out of concern. It's out of caring, but it's just a little bit like, hey, calm down. You're not my mom. That kind of thing. That one bugs me. I mean, do you have anything like that or no?
We have a lady that cooks. She's old.
Uh-huh.
She thinks she's a great cook. So she's always cooking stuff, baking stuff.
She thinks she's a great cook?
She's not.
Oh.
And I don't want to say I'm a foodie or a connoisseur or anything, but
you don't want to say.
I do know crap from decent,
Oh.
And a lot of her stuff is very crap.
Oh.
I mean, it's homemade. She tries, and she tries a lot. She
so you
always brings in cookies.
So you just kind of like thank her for the effort without saying, just because she knows she's trying to be nice.
Yeah, and she even says, "Hey, in the break room, I brought a lot of cake. I brought a lot of whatever." And she always comes to me and makes sure I go down there and get some. So I will get some, put it in a napkin. Sometimes I'll taste it and it's not,
Sometimes you toss it in the trash on the way up.
Yep, I toss it away when
no one's looking.
When she's not looking. I don't care if anyone else sees it, but I don't know. Sometimes it's not worth it. Wow. I don't want to get sick. Let's just say that. I'm like,
is that bad?
No, it's not bad, but
we said get sick. That's the level that's
kind
of bad.
Yeah. Although some, because people at my workplace, they always bring stuff in. Sometimes people will bring in, I don't know, cupcakes or donuts. Ooh, there's one person brings in donuts from far away.
Okay.
Near where you work, basically. There's
a
donut. I've even told you this, but I don't think you remember. There's a donut shop near your work that I love, but it's far for me to go to.
Right.
And someone lives over there and brings in donuts from there every once a month or so, and they are so delicious. And I told someone who works near the break room, you have to tell me anytime these donuts are there.
So you set up an alert, basically.
Yes.
Okay.
Anytime there are these donuts there, I need to know. Because if I'm not, if you're not there for like within the first few hours of it being there, it's all gone.
Yeah.
Yeah. And like I said, this is good stuff. But I mean, you could be bringing your Dunkin' Donuts. I don't need it. I don't need the Dunkin' Donuts.
Yeah.
I don't need the Krispy Kremes. I've had my fair share of that. But these are like gourmet donuts from a little mom and pop spot
in the far off area of Suffolk.
Yeah,
I guess
it's in the boonies over there.
Okay.
Well, it's not really in the boonies, but it's sort of out of the way.
It's where I work.
You actually work in a commercialized area.
I know for that group. Yeah,
the donut shop's a little farther.
Oh,
south of where you're at, or east. I don't know.
Yeah,
it's a little out of the way, but it's worth it. Worth it. I don't know. Some people talk too much at my work. Some people.
Oh, you're still going? Oh, I thought you were done with it.
Oh, I can go off about.
I'm sorry, I didn't know.
I can go off about a lot of you.
Yeah. So, well, I get that. Like I said, people. I got one guy that the spout politics. Like we all agree with him, and we all like, no, we don't agree with what you're saying. That kind of stuff too. He's like, yeah, I don't know why people don't understand this, and we're like, because they're not dumb. That kind of thing.
Now, I do have a coworker whose political beliefs are in line with mine.
Okay,
but he believes everyone's beliefs are like ours. Like everybody. He thinks everybody like thinks the way we think, and I'm like,
that purple is the best color.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
So anybody who comes by, he'll say some remark along those lines. And I'm like, not everyone agrees.
Yeah, I've done it. I forgot a couple of times too, but yeah.
I'm like, because I don't talk politics at all. Zero politics. Just because it never goes right.
There used to be a rule about that, and no politics, no religion. There used to be, I mean, not like a like a courtesy rule. Don't discuss those things openly, with the mixed group. No politics, no religion, and something else. I forgot the other thing. But yeah, people don't do that anymore. They'll just like start spouting.
Yeah, I just don't talk to people anyway.
Well, that's one way of avoiding that kind of awkward
So
situation.
nobody, I don't offend nobody if I don't say anything.
Mm.
I mean, a lot of times people will talk to me and I just nod and agree, but the whole time I'm thinking in my head, man, you guys are just stupid, or you don't know what you're talking about.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, is it my point to try to correct them? I mean, is it my job to correct their wrong thinking? No. I don't think it is.
Well, sometimes I'll say something just so they know that I'm not in line with them, just so they won't keep talking about the same stuff over again, I don't know, even if it makes it a little bit awkward. It's like, I don't want to discuss this same, I don't agree with you, that kind of thing.
Nope, I learned how to tune it out. I can stare at a person and tune them out.
I know, you've done it to me.
I do it all the time.
I know.
So I've gotten very good at that over time.
You are master level at that, I think. I would have to say that.
Mm-hmm. I don't know. What else we have to talk about? Is there anything else going on?
Nah, I mean, we're pretty much getting close to the end of the holiday season, right? It's not too far, but it's not too. Well, I mean, we're 10 days away? Is that right? What is today? Yeah, 9 days away from Christmas as we record this. So are you all set and good to go, or are you still shopping?
I'm good enough.
Good enough?
I mean, there's a few things I need to buy, but it's stuff I can get easily or just buy something, anything. Yeah, I'm good.
Yeah, I think I
don't have anything wrapped yet, but
yeah. Well, I stopped wrapping stuff. I just buy gift bags now because I'm tired of wrapping, unless it's an awkward shape or something, or it'll be too much to buy a bag to fit whatever gift I'm talking about. So yeah, I mean, I basically got all the gifts that are that'll be hard to, like you said, hard to find, or I need to get in advance. Everything else I could just grab,
What's hard to find? What would be hard to find?
Like a hard to find toy, or that wasn't on sale, or something, or like I don't know, because sometimes like you want certain things, but they're not available, or they won't be available to be shipped in time if you can get it online, or So most of the stuff I want, I can probably just finish up my shopping in one day if I really wanted to try. I will do it sometime soon this week, maybe. So yeah, I just gotta make sure I have enough gift bags. Gift bags galore. So
yep, I bought my stuff early, so, and you know this. I've been shopping since
January,
August.
August.
I mean, really Christmas shopping. I have stuff that I bought earlier in the year. Like, hey, this person might. I always have a stash. Let's just say that I always have a stash of stuff, and every now and then, certain genders or age group stuff gets depleted, and I need to replenish that stash. Like right now, I'm out of baby toys. I generally have a stash of baby toys.
Yeah,
because our friends just keep having babies. Damn friends.
Yeah.
Stop having babies. So, yeah, every now and then I have to come up with a baby toy, and I don't know. I always go with books. Well, lately I've been going with books, like kitty books. I guess that would make sense since they're
for the babies. Yeah,
well, story time books or whatever.
Not War and Peace or anything. Yeah, I get you.
I need to replenish my. I do buy a lot of children's Filipino books off Amazon.
Oh yeah,
and I'm out of those. I'm my stash or my supply of Filipino children's books has depleted, and I've also lost track of all the people I've given them to. So I'm worried I need to start writing this stuff down. But yeah, I keep giving. I'm worried I'm going to give the same book to the same family.
Right, that would look bad if they remember. Yeah,
but yeah, that's one of my go-to gifts for people, or especially Filipino friends of mine. because white friends.
Filipino cultural book? Why are you giving this to me? Because I want you to understand other people, my people. So I don't know. Yeah,
I have one gift I am giving a lot of people this Christmas is Filipino cookbooks.
nice.
I've got a lot of Filipino cookbooks, and in the past year, there have been an emergence. Emergence, is that right? Not emergency. An emergence.
A surge.
Yeah, there's been a bunch of new Filipino cookbooks that have been released in the past few months, and I'm not just talking about books with recipes. These are actually pretty damn good books. Like
Tell a story or something beyond.
They're awesome books. There have been at least 4 or 5 like great books that center around Filipino cooking, but they're just good books in general. So that's one of my gifts to a lot of people this year, which makes it easy. Like I said, that's the kind of stuff I can give almost anybody.
Right.
That I can't really think of what to give them. I'll give them a Filipino cookbook, even if they don't cook. It's like I said, it's something they could read and learn about stuff and learn where food comes from and all this and different stories. Yeah, one of the books is stories about food and cooking and all that. Like one of the books, it's called let me get the name of the book. But basically the book is about, they ask, I want to say 16 people a story. They give them a recipe, and you need to give a story about the recipe.
Wait, so the people have the recipe and they have to give the background of the recipe? Is that what you're saying?
Yeah, you give a recipe to the book, and then give a story of why you're giving that recipe to the book.
Oh, okay, that's cool.
And these aren't just cooks, people who cook giving these. Some of these people aren't cooks; they're just good storytellers, maybe. Yeah. Well, the book I'm talking about is called The New Filipino Kitchen: Stories and Recipes from Around the Globe. And it's basically, they ask a bunch of people. I can't see the number of people, but they ask a bunch of people. Some of them are chefs, Filipino chefs. Some of them are writers, storytellers.
Mm-hmm.
So they say, hey, here is my family's adobo recipe, and then you give a story about why.
Yeah. Okay.
Or a like one person that talked about when they went to school every day and they brought adobo and they were ashamed of it or something because all the other kids were eating sandwiches. It's one of those things. Yeah. One of those things. It's good stuff. Like I said, you don't have to even cook any of the stuff in this book, but you learn stuff. There's another book called I Am Filipino, and this is how we cook, which is another awesome book about, you don't even need to know how to cook, but it's written by Nicole Ponseca, and I know you don't know her.
You mentioned her before.
I talk about her all the time because right. I mean, I'm probably not on the podcast, but she runs a restaurant in New York, a Filipino restaurant. Maharlika, I think, and Jeepney. She owns restaurant called Jeepney, another one called Maharlika, and they're popular. They're very popular. Like, they're trendy places in New York. So she writes this book, and yeah, she gives all of her a bunch of recipes for like adobo and whatever. And these are recipes I would like to try. They seem really good. But she gives a lot of history, like why this recipe is so good, or like the foods come from the mountains over here, and over the centuries, they've added these things from this part of the Philippines, and it's all of She goes really in depth about the history, stuff that I didn't even realize. And I love Filipino food, but she goes in depth about a lot of stuff. And it's just a good book.
Cool.
Good book. Like I said, there's a whole bunch. There have been an emergence of these things over the past few months that's pretty awesome. You're not getting any of these.
I know.
I don't know if you would even open it.
Well, we already had a no gift pack anyway. If you've forgotten. So,
okay.
So we're not buying each other anything this time. Cause I don't know. Just figured it'd be easier.
Well, buy it yourself if you want these.
Yeah, that's good. They sound cool.
There's a $5 coupon on Amazon right now.
Nice.
On books, which I've already used. So.
Okay.
Oh, yep.
Yeah, I'll check it out.
Will you?
Will I? Yeah, I think I will.
No, you won't.
I'm on Amazon right now. So, yeah. I need to remember the names of I Am Filipino and what? This is how we eat.
Yep. For the new Filipino kitchen.
Uh-huh.
There's also one that I have called Pulutan Filipino Bar Bites.
It's not. This is how we cook. This is how we cook, right?
Oh, it could be.
Yeah. Okay.
I don't remember it. I didn't, like I said, coming off the top of my head.
Yeah.
I'm thinking to myself, I am Filipino. This is how I eat.
Okay.
Pulutan is also a good book. That's about street foods and
whoops.
Yeah.
Shoot.
I have drink recipes in that too. I've actually made some of the drink recipes. So. Yep. Good stuff. Good gifts, people. And you're supporting. Well, I like to support your Filipino entrepreneurs, Filipino authors. So.
All right, that's cool. I didn't. Well, shoot. All right.
I don't know. Is there something you buy on Amazon that that you buy as a go-to gift for people? You're like, oh, I need to buy a gift for somebody. Let me buy the gift that I always give to other people.
No, I try not to do that because I got caught one time where I forgot who I gave. You know, like you were talking earlier, you know, when you give the same gift or to have a go-to gift, I think I actually did duplicate somebody. I'm not sure. They never said anything to me, but I kind of feel like I gave them the same gift and like not back-to-back years, but one, then skip a year and gave them the same gift.
Was it a dildo or something?
No, it was something else. I forgot what it was, but I remember going, no, I'm not doing that no more. Because I just,
is it like a secret that
I can't remember what it was, but I'm saying I did it, and I'm like, okay, I'm not doing that anymore because I'm not organized enough, or I don't remember well enough to not get mixed up. So I just, don't do that. I mean, I think it might have just been like a plush toy or something. I'm not really sure, but whatever it was like, nah, no more. You talking about the one that says Pulutan Filipino Bar Bites, appetizers and treat eats?
Yep, I have that one.
Okay.
That's a good one. That's a shorter one. And that one does have more cookable recipes, I would say. Or easier to make recipes. I mean, it's about street foods. So, they're I actually bought that one, to up my tailgating game. My tailgating repertoire.
Right.
Yeah, because that's stuff I can do at a tailgate. Filipino street foods.
Okay. Cool deal.
Good, had a lot of good pictures on that one. That one, whoever photographed it did a good job. And there's actually a lot of foods that I didn't know about in that. I thought I knew all the Filipino street foods, but nope. I obviously don't.
You can't know everything. There's always new things to learn, right?
No.
Okay. All right, never mind. Trying to find the $5 coupon you were talking about.
It's just open up any book, it'll say.
I mean, they're already like discounted, so I don't know if that's the $5.
No, just look at the description of the book, and it'll say, "Hey, use this coupon." Let me open up my Amazon.
Oh, there it is.
What does it say?
Use
this coupon.
All right.
It should be under every book.
I got it. I'm good. I missed it. I thought it was going to be one of those things that they highlight in the first page. So
I've used it. You know, they've been doing it every month. So September, October, November, December. I've used it.
All right. Well, good to know. Let's see.
I also buy a lot of hip hop books, but
yeah, that's not going to be me. I'm not following you on that one.
Yep. Hip hop book library is growing. I don't have too many friends that would appreciate that though, and that's what I need to work on is getting new friends.
Well, like what kind? what are the last few books on that you got a hip hop? Or are they like overviews?
The Beastie Boys book, awesome book.
Right.
That is a well worth it book.
Mm-hmm.
It is an awesome book, the Beastie Boys book. I got another hip hop book called it is about a dude that DJs. And it's a kiddie book.
The kiddie book?
Yeah, it's a kiddie book about a guy who DJs.
Okay.
I can't remember the name of the book, but it is a kiddie book about how DJing saved the world or something. There's also another book I bought this a few months ago, but it's about Filipino DJs in the Bay Area. So that actually covers both my hip hop and my Filipino book buying. What is it? Whatever I'm doing.
Hip hop book library. Is that what you're saying?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, there's a book about Filipino DJs and about how they're growing up in the Bay Area. Actually, there's a couple books like that. So.
Okay. So you're giving our listeners a lot of ideas for what they can get.
Yep. Make sure everyone sends Sterno a book about Filipino DJs in the Bay Area.
What? I'll have a collection of all the same books or something. How many books are there on Filipino DJs in the Bay Area?
A few.
Oh, okay.
A few.
What was the name of the company we were talking about with Julie Plug and
Classified Records?
Yeah. Is there a book about them? Or just a...
No, there's no book about them.
Oh, okay. Wouldn't you say something like you think there should have been a musical about it or something like that? Or
did I?
Something about the story of Classified Records. I remember you saying something. I can't remember what it was.
Yeah, the subject we were talking about is there a story, a lesser known Filipino history? This was back in October during Filipino-American History Month.
Right.
Is there something Filipino-American history that more people should know about?
And you said Classified.
I said Classified Records.
Oh, okay.
Not necessarily there needs to be a book or movie about it, but I said more people should look into it.
Okay.
You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. It shouldn't be unknown, like just glossed over, forgotten. I get it.
There have been a bunch of going back to the hip hop thing. Mm-hmm. Over the past couple of years, there's a dude that's been writing a comic called The Hip Hop Family Tree, which is a comic book about the history of hip hop. Which that's two of my loves right there is hip hop and comic books.
Right. If it had cookie in it, it'd be like you'd go over, you'd explode.
Ed Piskor. I don't know if you know him.
No.
He's a hip hop comic guy. So obviously he made a book about the history of hip hop through comics, and recently they put it into like I don't want to say a collection or a
graphic novel, a compilation.
Yeah, some kind of compilation.
Okay.
So that's one I've gotten recently for myself. Was
like where does it start?
The beginning.
No, I'm saying where is the beginning according to his book? I'm just curious.
DJ Hurt, 1970 something.
Okay.
Cool DJ Hurt throwing parties in the street, DJing block parties. That's the beginning.
You see, I didn't know what the very beginning of hip hop is considered, what they consider to be the very beginning of hip hop. Anyway,
yes, that is.
Yeah, okay.
Cool DJ Hurt brought out 2 turntables to a block party and started mixing songs together, and that is considered the birth of hip hop in the 70s. I believe it was the early 70s. I don't remember the exact date. I need to read up again on my hip hop family tree comic book. But I have been looking that I haven't found much of are Filipino comic books on, that
What do you mean by Filipino comic books?
Filipino comic books created by Filipinos
in the States or
in the States.
Okay. Because they've been there's tons in the Philippines too, so that's why I'm asking where you're separating it.
Yeah, but I'll take those too. But
yeah,
I'll take anything. But yeah, basically, if I can find it distributed like through Amazon or any of my comic online distributors or whatever, that's what I'm looking for. That's what I'm trying to build my collection of is Filipino comics, comic books, comic graphic novels, all of that. But I haven't really tried hard though. I'll admit. Every now and then I'll
it's just a thought that you start searching for.
I've searched and I have a couple. I mean, I might even have one in my bag right now. I just might randomly have one.
Okay.
Let me see if I do. Because
yeah, you're like that. I may randomly have this obscure thing or whatever that no one normally carry around with them.
No, I don't. No, this one ain't Filipino. this is an Asian dude. This one is called Rock that I just happen to have in my bag. Rock Mary Rock, which was written by Nicky So. He's not Filipino, but he's Asian. SOH is his last name. So Nicky So. And I met him at a comic convention, and I keep running into him at comic conventions, and I did a little Kickstarter for him, and it's about a girl who's a rocker. I believe she's Asian also. That's sort of irrelevant.
Is her name Mary?
Yes. How did you know that?
I'm just like a detective.
Yeah. So basically, the teenage girl named Mary discovers a vintage guitar, and she accidentally awakens the spirit of deceased rock star Rock Maxell. Now, if Rock and Mary hope to succeed in separating themselves from one another, they will need to get on the same wavelengths. Find out what happens on the journey full of adventure, music, battles, and new friendships. So yeah, it's basically about this chick who has a guitar and a ghost comes up and hijinks
ensue. Yeah.
I really thought I had a Filipino comic book in my bag.
You'll probably find it after we're done with the show.
Yeah, I have a.
He's still going. What is that?
It's a Korean magazine. It's not a Korean magazine. It's an American magazine about Korea or Korean culture called Core Kore. It's a popular. I mean, it's not ultra popular, but you can get this like at Barnes and Nobles.
So it's not totally obscure.
No, but this one I bought because it talks about Asians in Hollywood. It has Grace Park, B.D. Wong, Karuchi Tran, Daniel Day Kim, Chloe Bennett's on the cover, which is probably why I got it.
Yeah, probably.
Ali Mackey, Amy Akuda, Danny Pudi, Aquafina, Justin Chan, Joe Coy. Look at that. See?
Nice.
It's an awesome magazine.
That is pretty cool.
They call it The New Hollywood. Stories and struggles, sacrifice, and success. So I bought this a while ago.
What issue is that?
I don't know. It's the 2018 issue.
Oh, okay. I didn't know if it was like a...
Awesome.
Very nice.
Yeah. I don't remember, I mean, I recognize all of these people on this cover. In fact,
you've met at least one of them in person.
I've seen more than one of them in person.
Yeah.
I've met one in person.
Yeah.
Yeah. It's got the chick from what's the name of that Netflix show?
I don't know.
Lana Condor from the what's that Netflix show she's on? The Netflix movie where she's She loves her. She's in love with her neighbor, and then another guy comes up and. Your type of movie, Starno.
I don't watch everything on Netflix. I've only got a narrow range right now.
Yeah, actually, you've never seen it, but
it's my type of movie.
No, it's actually totally not your type of movie.
No,
but
is it like a My Sassy Girl kind of movie?
It's a love story.
Yeah.
It's called All the Boys I've Loved Before. That's it. It's All the Boys I've Loved Before. Famous book, really ultra popular Netflix show, especially with Asians. It's a very popular. What's her name's on it? Pretty Little Liars chick. Yeah, you wouldn't know. She's a Pinay chick. But yeah, you should watch that.
Okay.
Not because
there's Asians on it.
Yeah, well, that's a good reason. It's about these Asian sisters, but it's the kind of show that I've done this before. That you randomly talk to some girl, and then you start talking about stuff, and if somehow the conversation goes to Netflix or movies, you can always say, "Hey, have you seen To All the Boys I've Loved Before?" And almost always they say yes. I have never had this conversation with a girl and they've said, "No, I've never heard of it," or "No, I've never seen it."
Really?
And right then and there,
you hooked them.
Yes, I got it.
You got it.
And I can say, "Hey,
you have your in.
Who's your pick for? Which guy did you pick, or which guy should she go with?" I have a script, but
Jesus.
But
if this person says this, then I say this.
Yes, yes.
I don't know about this guy. I don't think he was doing the right thing about this. And God.
Yes.
Oh man.
And like I said, it works.
Yeah. Let me try to look shocked about this. Oh no, really? You do that kind of stuff? No way.
To All the Boys I've Loved Before. It's only like an hour and a half. It's probably not even a 90-minute movie. It's like a 70-minute movie. I don't remember, but it's one of those that when you bring it up, a lot of girls I've talked to, their eyes light up, and you could tell that they're in the conversation now. Because a lot of times you're just doing small talk with. Yeah, and you got to find something that they're interested in.
Yeah,
that one is one of my go-tos.
You need to spark real conversation versus a small talk. Like you hate small talk.
Yes, I hate small talk, but I will fake real talk. me and Ghostface were talking yesterday about how I was faking. Well, not faking.
That's so weird.
Last year during the NHL hockey playoffs, the Washington Capitals were the champions.
Yeah.
So a lot of people in my work are hockey fans.
Mm-hmm.
So every now and then I interject my knowledge of hockey, which is very minimal, but I listen to a lot of radio talk shows. I watch SportsCenter every day. And there's a lot of I read a lot of sports stuff. Even if there's crap, I'll read hockey stuff. So I don't watch hockey, but I have a good knowledge of hockey. So when last year during the hockey playoffs and everything, people would talk, and then without so I don't feel left out, I'll interject like my 2 cents in the conversation, which to these people was very insightful. All of a sudden, they think I'm a hockey guy.
Uh-oh.
And now, and plus it was the season was over with, so I'm like, okay, it's cool. Now they're saying, "Hey, hockey season started up. You've been watching?" I'm like, sorry, I've been too busy. They think I'm a hockey guy. They think I'm a Capitals guy.
So now you got to drop down their expectations of you, or are you actually gonna start researching again?
That's where I'm at. I don't know yet. I don't know if I want to keep it up, or I can just say, "Hey,
are these just?
I don't really pay attention until the playoffs."
Are these just normal coworkers, or are there pretty girls involved?
No, no girls.
Oh, then screw it.
No girls.
Yeah, okay.
But yeah, these are guys who normally don't talk to me anyways. But I didn't care. But now they come up to me because that's our thing in common. Like hockey, Capitals.
Hey, Boogie, hockey.
I'm like, I missed it. Sorry, I'm busy.
You probably said like a couple sentences, and then they're like, "Oh yeah."
I mean, like I said, I listen to a lot of sports radio,
so
I know a lot of stuff.
Gotcha.
Yeah, last night, I was. In fact, I was talking to Ghostface about this, and this girl that we know was there, and she was talking about how she does the same thing too. And we actually had a conversation about all the fact that we know about hockey. And if you're a bystander not realizing what the conversation was about, you would think we were having a pretty insightful discussion about hockey.
Right.
But we were talking about how we know how to bullshit our way through this stuff. And she's
Yeah.
like, yeah, the game last night, Ovi, he hit 3 hat tricks. I'm like, yeah, first time the most hat tricks from a European since forever. He's like number 11, Wayne Gretzky number 1. You know, I know this stuff, but
Right.
like I said, it's all BS. And she was doing the same thing too, because yeah, that's her thing too. Like if some guys talk about hockey, she can interject with her 2 cents. So let's do a Tagalog word of the day.
Sure. This is a part of our podcast where we educate our listeners on the Filipino language. Neither Boogie nor I are actual native speakers of Filipino or Tagalog. So if we get some aspect of the word or phrase incorrect, like its pronunciation, general usage, or some nuance of its meaning, feel free to let us know. But keep in mind that we have said, we will say in the future, that we are not a knowledge-based podcast. So take what we say with the necessary grain of salt, I guess. And let us know. Like we said, we value your feedback, but don't be mean about it if we're wrong, because there's a good chance we will be wrong, and we're sensitive people. Boogie, do you have a word?
Baho.
Baho. That is apropos.
Mabaho ang matandang ng John. Mabaho siya.
Okay.
Mabaho. Mabaho.
Meaning stinky.
Yeah.
Here's a question that's off the topic, but how do you say I don't speak Tagalog in Filipino?
Hindi pwede salita ang Tagalog. I don't know.
No, if someone asked me, do you speak Tagalog, I can say konte lang, which I speak a little bit.
Yeah, and just by you saying the way you said that, it's like,
yeah, right, exactly.
Konteng lang. Konteng lang.
Okay. And then,
hindi ako salita ang Tagalog.
I ask you how to say I don't speak Tagalog. You're like, I don't know. Whatever. I know you sound better. You sound better than I do, like 100 times better, but still. Happened to me at a Filipino bakery yesterday, and then like, do you want, basically, I couldn't tell if she wants me to, if I was going to get a box or get a bag, or if she's asking for paper or plastic bag. I couldn't tell. I just said a bag, and they look at me like I'm stupid. So, anyway, so just say I don't speak Tagalog then, basically. Don't try to say it in Tagalog, which sounds dumb. You just want to be sure, because I mean, like I said, I say konte lang. God damn. Now you got me.
Konteng lang.
Konte lang.
Konteng lang.
What?
Konteng lang.
Konteng?
Konteng lang.
I thought it was konte.
Okay, konte lang.
No, I mean, which one is it?
It's a tense thing.
Yeah, I'm getting tense. All right, so the word we have is about. Did we do the whole word of the day thing?
No, not yet.
So let's make baho our word of the day. Forget about the other stuff about how to don't speak Tagalog.
Yeah, I mean, I had this conversation with a guy the other day. I mean, he's he works. I mean, he came to our office and he's like, "Hey, intindihan mo ang Tagalog?" I said, a little bit.
Which is only a little bit.
Yeah.
All right.
Yeah. So he would talk to me in Tagalog and I'd respond in English, and that's how our conversation went. And he sort of bonded with me because we're in a white workplace, and he was at least happy to at least talk Tagalog to somebody.
Right. So
I gave him that, that little bit of happiness. Konteng lang. Mabuhay.
Jeez, all right.
Make sure you visit our website, www.sini-gang.com.
Or email us at thesinigang@gmail.com.
Follow us on Twitter at The Sini-Gang.
Find us on Facebook on facebook.com/thesinigang. And look for our videos on YouTube. Do a search for our URL, www.sini-gang.com, and that should take you to our videos. And if you happen to go to one, please like, comment, subscribe, even put up a little notification. That would be awesome. So until next time, this is Terno Supernova.
And this is l-boogy, the Elemental One, saying thanks for listening, and sige na.
Good?
Yeah.
All right. Thanks for watching. Tune in for our next episode. Until then, take care.